Hey guys, my Vernon Kidder back again. How's everybody doing? Um, this guys is a total apology, but you, I'll explain the reason why. But welcome back to another Black Lightning impression. Um, there's a reason why this is late is because of Black Panther. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Um, saw it, loved it. Go watch my review. You'll see why. But that didn't stop me from not watching Black Lightning. I just watched it after Black Panther. I was so geared up for that movie. But this episode 5, because the show's going on, won't be back on till next week, the 27th. The title of this episode 5 is called And Then the Devil Brought the Plague, the Book of Green Light. So last week dealt with drugs and this new drug called green light. And this week, it's still dealing with that. In this episode, Jefferson is still trying to track down who is supplying this drug. Gambi has altered the suit for Jefferson to fly now. Now, there are probably people out there that are wondering, can't Black Lightning fly? Can he fly? There was always questions of, is he flying or is he just using his powers to ionize the air around him so he can jump really far, things like that. There have been some comics that have showcased that he can fly, and then there are some comics that just said what I just said. The latest miniseries kind of says that he can just use his powers augmented so he can jump real far, like ionize the air around him and things like that. But the strain of with the new tech and everything is putting a strain on Jefferson, so he's having these severe headaches. So that was one thing that was going on, and I found that very interesting. The other main thing that's going on is is also with Gambi still keeping more secrets, which is true. The beginning of the episode, even later in the episode, guess who paid a visit to Gambi? Yeah, Tobias Whale himself, and asks Gambi about who's Black Lightning. And that was really interesting. Now, somebody once asked me before, guys, does Tobias Whale scare you? The guy who plays him? No, doesn't intimidate me, doesn't scare me at all. You know who scares me? His right-hand woman, that dark-haired woman. She has the sight of death in her eyes, and she creeps me out every time they show her. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'll let you guys know about that one. But other than that, the episode really still focused on a couple of things outside of just Jefferson having these severe headaches. Anissa discovering some things about her grandfather, who was murdered, and more importantly, that he was a reporter, and there were certain things that didn't get showcased, printed because of it, and it could have caused his death. He was actually doing a story on was 9 enhanced teenagers, and that right there caught my eye real quick, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm wondering, okay, who are these 9 teenagers? Are they established characters, or are they going to make that up? It also goes back to, they even go into the details of talking about Tuskegee and things like that, and I was like, wow, okay, they're going deep with that. And the editor that Anissa went to was Antonio Fargas, who played the original Huggy Bear in Starsky and Hutch. So I was like, oh my God, it's Huggy Bear when I saw it. But he goes on to say that they're watching, and they're still watching. Who is they? That's the question. Who is they? Who are they? And my mind starts thinking, is that the Blood Syndicate? Are they going to bring in the Blood Syndicate or the Shadow Cabinet? I'm like, oh, okay, who they bringing in? We don't know. Um, but also, another thing that's going on is Jennifer got into a fight. Two girls broke one girl's wrist. Um, and when Lynn and Jefferson hear about it from the parent, they're all kind of, they got to take responsibility for it. But you can see Jefferson like a proud dad, like, you took both of them on. That cracked me up when I saw that. I was cracking up. That had me laughing. And more importantly, now she's kind of on house arrest now. But if you look at the fight, she didn't start it. She didn't start it. She was just defending herself. But I think she did go a little too far. So once again, showcasing the consequences of, the whole responsibility of power and things like that. Um, but mainly, it's still focused more around, like, everybody's having some issues. All the main cast have, even Whale, Tobias and his sister pay their father a visit, who was like very abusive and everything. And Tobias broke this dude back, his old man's back. I was like, oh God. Played by, and the actor who played him was T.C. Carson, the original voice of Kratos. I was like, that's Kratos, I was really interested. That was really interesting. Broke his back. It was like, Jesus. We also found out some interesting thing that Tobias took some kind of serum that now keeps him young. All right, there was also some tidbits of that. And probably the biggest thing of this episode, which I really enjoyed, was Anissa paying homage to her first look when she first appeared on The Outsiders. She went old school, blonde wig, costume, almost directly looking like out of her old comic counterpart. And she's really learned how to control her powers even more. So that was probably one of my favorite things. The episode ends on a kind of a bad note for Jefferson, but other than that, this was another solid episode, really good. Seeing Anissa do what she did and getting more into, Jefferson's father, her grandfather, and who are these 8, 9 children? Who are they? Are they still around? Talking about enhanced, who could it be? That's the one thing that I'm so interested in about this series in general is, forget about what Earth this is right now, guys. I was just telling somebody this before. Forget about that. And let's focus on what heroes are on this Earth. What superhuman beings are on this Earth. I've said it before and I'm going to continue to say it because I just don't want it to happen like that. I don't want this place to be the predominantly, oh, this is where all the black heroes are. Please don't do that. Just don't do that. I wouldn't mind seeing other heroes, black heroes on here, but just don't make it as this is just a world full of black heroes. Don't do that. That's the one thing I dread. I still wish Grace was who she was and not, just the potential love interest. No. But other than that, this was a solid episode. I apologize once again for the lateness, but as much as I love Black Lightning but Panther, I'm sorry. But y'all tell me what you think, and we got a week to go before, I'll see you guys next week with another impression. And other than that, my friend Kid, y'all take care.